Day by day!
Day by day!
We get stronger and stronger!
We get stronger and stronger!
Till we can't be beat!
Till we can't be beat!
Till we won't be beat!
Till we won't be beat!
We know the road!
We know the road!
It's gonna be tough!
It's gonna be tough!
So when we win! It won't be by luck!
It won't be by luck!
Amen, guys! Let's go! 1, 2, 3, Cougars!
And the continuing coverage of Chatham-Kent Cougars football on your TV here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. It is Peewee action this afternoon here at high noon. Mike Renier along with Mike James, Jeff Brooks on the camera, and your TV's coverage of the Cougars continue through the 2018 season. Cougars will receive the ball at the start of the second half, but a pretty good return for the Waterloo Predators as they'll get up close to midfield. So good starting position for the Waterloo Region Predators in town this afternoon.
Yeah, nice return there. Good starting position for Waterloo. For the Cougars, Caleb Roberts, number 3 with the tackle there. Cougars, as you mentioned, starting out on defense.
Peewee's looking for a good defensive stand here to begin the afternoon. Winning the toss, they will receive the ball at the start of the third quarter, so see what they can do on D to begin this football game. Ball starts at the 52-yard line of the Predators. A little breezy this afternoon, overcast skies, but pretty nice for football this afternoon as they'll keep it on the ground. The Predators will right up the middle, a little bit of room, enough for maybe 2 on 1st and 10. Maybe only got about a yard, so 2nd and 9 coming up now for Waterloo.
Yeah, good defense up front there for the Cougars, plugging the middle. Not a lot of running room there for the Preds to pick up much yardage. As you mentioned, just a couple yards there on 1st down.
So as the dust settles, they do pick up a couple on 1st down. So 2nd and 8 now for Waterloo. Levi Lichty, the quarterback, as they keep it on the ground once again. And once again, it goes right up the gut on the 2nd down run. And looks like they got 3, maybe 4 on that run. So 3rd down and about 4 coming up now for Waterloo.
Carter Dodman, 47 for the Cougars with the tackle there in the middle of the trenches.
Out of the shotgun formation on 3rd and 4. High snap brought down by the quarterback and now shoveled off to the running back who's got some room along that far side. He's got the 1st down and a lot more past the 40-yard line of the Cougars up to about the 36. And that's a 1st down, a big 3rd down run for Waterloo.
Yeah, just pitch it outside to the running back and obviously some speed there and nice cut to break it back inside before the tackle made downfield, but easily enough for that 1st down and marching into Cougars territory.
37-yard line now of the Cougars as the drive continues for the Predators of Waterloo. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground right up the middle and a few positive yards on 1st and 10 for the Predators as they pick up pretty close to 5. Looks like they have a 5-yard pickup on 1st and 10.
Yeah, good pickup there for the Preds on 1st down. Looked like, again, it was Carter Dodman in on that tackle with a couple of other Cougars involved.
9.5 to play in quarter number 1. First possession of the football game. Out of the shotgun once again. Quarterback rolling off to his right, trying to find a little seam open along the near side, and good defense by the Cougars. Nowhere to go for Aiden Paulington, number 27, as he's hauled down on a loss here on 2nd down.
Good tackle. Coming up there to make that stop was number 82, Tay Hayden, with the Cougars. Good solid tackle down around the knees.
So a 3rd down and 7 situation here for the Waterloo Predators in a scoreless football game here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. Mike and Mike with you, 8:43 and counting remaining in quarter number 1. Third down, they elect to keep it on the ground, and right there, the defensive front for the Cougars to bring down the running back for Waterloo, Gerald Alexander, with the carry, and absolutely nowhere to go. That will bring up a 4th down.
Good stop there from Reed Larson off the end. Just explodes upfield. Doesn't allow the running back to get outside of him. That makes a good solid tackle in the backfield for the loss.
So 4th and close to 9 here for Waterloo. And they will elect to go for it here with 4th and long. Pass play up the middle and a jump ball, and it goes off a couple of hands, falls incomplete. And with field position, not a bad gamble there for Waterloo. However, they turn it over on downs, and the Cougars will take over.
Good job by the Cougars defense. Boy, you can understand why the Predators from Waterloo would be looking for big number 91, Jerry McCormick Lewis. He just towers above everybody else out there. Don't have any actual numbers on his size, but from up here he looks to be about 6'4", and at least a foot taller than some of the other players on the field.
And for Peewee, that would be absolutely giant. A running play for the Cougars on 1st and 10 past the 35. And a pickup of maybe 1.5 yards, so 2nd down and a long 8 coming up here for the Cougars.
Looked like that was Oliver Shepard with the carry on the short yardage gain.
7:15 to go in quarter number 1. Cougars on D, stopping Waterloo on their first possession. And here's the first go-around on offense for Chatham-Kent. 2nd down out of the shotgun formation. They go to the air. Little lateral pass along the near side. It is caught. Nice little juke for the receiver and brought down. Nice little play there. Elliot Pico on the reception. And he gets, I'd say, about 4 yards, maybe 5 on that short yard pass. And that will bring up a fairly manageable 3rd down. 3rd down at about 4 coming up here for Chatham-Kent.
As you mentioned, nice move by Pico after the reception. Cut it back inside. And then was just a shoestring away from breaking that for a big, big gainer.
Third down here for the Cougars. About 4 for the first down to go. And they will hand it off to the running back. He's got some room to move. He's got the first down and more past the 45, close to the 50-yard line. And another good run for the Cougars. That is more than enough for the first down, their first of the afternoon.
Good job there, Oliver Shepard, with that carry. His 2nd carry on this drive. Nice job weaving his way through the line, picking up that first down. Also broke a tackle in there as well and got a couple extra yards, which you like to see from your running backs.
First down by their own 49-yard line. Quarterback rolling off to his right. Little dump pass is caught, and a big hit past the 51-yard line, but positive yards on 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They pick up about 3, maybe 4 on that play.
Looked like that was Riley Kmart with that reception. Good throw by Sawyer Emmett.
At the Cougars 53. Second down for Chatham-Kent. Little shovel pass and trying to get around that far corner. He does. Eludes one tackle, gets through a pile, and now gets out of bounds just short of the first down, it appears. Nice run, though, there by Shepard as Emmett dished the football off to him.
Yeah, Shepard getting the bulk of the carries at this point, showing he's got some good speed to get to the corner, get outside, and bring up a big 3rd down here for the Cougars. Keep this drive going.
Third down, about 2 to go here for the Cougars. Now into Waterloo territory. At the 52. High snap brought down, a handoff right up the middle. Big yards for the Cougars. They're away to the races all the way down the field. No one's going to catch them. It is a Cougars touchdown. Jacob Pretty with the 6 points and a big run for the Cougars. They break the scoreless tie.
Wow, a beauty run there by Jacob Pretty. 53 yards on the score. Just like a bolt of lightning through the line. And then, as you mentioned, Mike, off to the races, and nobody was going to catch him, showing that speed to run away.
Did a great job to break through the pile, get the first down yardage, and right after he got that, he was putting lots of distance between himself and everybody else all the way down. Big touchdown run, 52 yards or thereabouts for Pretty, and a 6-0 lead for the Cougars as they look to tack on one more here. Reed Larson will try and add to this lead. And now, I don't know if a broken play or this was meant to be, but they're going for 2 here to the end zone around this near corner. Does he get in? Touchdown. Well, they already had the touchdown, but the 2 points, I should say. He is in. So an 8-0 lead for the Cougars. Not sure if that was planned or if that was a broken play and a last-minute change of heart, but regardless, it works for the Cougars, and now they're up 8-0.
Well, Sawyer Emmett, it was a heads-up play because it looked like Waterloo got some penetration through the line there, and not sure how much of a chance they were going to have to kick that through. But heads up there if he made that decision on his own. Just scooped it up, realized that it was probably going to be little to no chance they were going to be able to get that kick through with the penetration for Waterloo, and then just runs away from the coverage and able to get to the corner for the 2 points and an 8-0 lead.
It worked flawlessly. And a good start on both offense and defense for the Cougars. An 8-0 lead led by Jacob Pretty's 52-yard rumble down the field for the 6 points. And a good start for Chatham-Kent in this Peewee football action this afternoon as they will now kick it away. Sawyer Emmett does the honor. Multi-hopper to the 44-yard line of Waterloo, and they will just fall on it from there. And that is where they will start. Waterloo Predators down by 8 to the Cougars as the first quarter continues.
That's a heads-up play there from number 22 for Waterloo, Emmett Gamble. That ball is live as soon as it goes 10 yards. With a couple of Cougars closing in. Gamble jumped on it, and that's where Waterloo will start with this football on their second offensive drive. They were stymied on the first drive by the Cougars defense.
As the Preds went for it from just inside the 40-yard line of the Cougars on 4th down, and that conversion didn't work out. And the Cougars took advantage on a touchdown run off of that. Now the Predators keep it on the ground. Nice job. A couple of tackles evaded by the running back for Waterloo. And now he turns the corner past the 50-yard line to close to the 45. A good run for Gerald Alexander. And what initially looked like it could have been a loss, but he turns into a huge gain all the way to around the 46 is where they're going to mark this one in Cougar territory. So a big first down run for Waterloo.
Yeah, the Cougars defense did a pretty good job there stretching Alexander out. But then the stiff arm from the running back, he was able to get the corner and then show some good speed there from number 43 for Waterloo to get that big yardage.
Once again on the ground on 1st and 10, right up the middle, and a couple of yards for Waterloo. As Aiden Paulington got the assignment that time around. Looks like he got close to 3 yards, so 2nd and 7 coming up now for Waterloo.
Looked like it was Hayden Beamer and Carson Burney teaming up to make that tackle in the middle.
2:35 and counting remaining in quarter number 1. 8-0 Cougars. Mike and Mike with you with your TV's continuing coverage, the 2018 season of the Cougars. 2nd and 7 here for Waterloo. Looking downfield, a pass play and an interception for the Cougars. And coming back the other way, midfield wrapped up after the INT for Tez Hedden, who's come up a couple of times big on defense this afternoon. None bigger than that right there. An interception for Hedden right to midfield. Cougars have the football back.
Hedden, nice hands there, just snatches that one out of the air and then shows some good speed on the return there too. I actually thought he had a chance to go all the way, but just brought down on their side of the field for the Cougars at their own 54-yard line. But good defense for the second straight series for the Cougars, that time getting the pick. And good field position here at midfield.
2:10 remaining in quarter number one. Cougars back on offense. Nowhere to go on the 1st and 10 right up the middle. Ball comes loose. It was after the whistle. Cougars fell on it anyway, but nowhere to go on 1st and 10 with that run play for the Cougars.
Now good penetration there from Waterloo, and that play was slow developing for the Cougars in the backfield, which obviously didn't help either. And nice response there from the Waterloo defense immediately after the pick by the Cougars.
They actually dropped 2 on that play, so 2nd and 12 here. Back to their own 52. Emmett out of the shotgun looking downfield. Now passing it backwards. It is a reception trying to turn the corner along that far side. And some big yardage. 1st down and more down that far sideline. Finally pushed out. Oliver Shepard gets that short dump pass along the far side, and then he does the rest. A huge gain on 2nd and 12 for the Cougars.
Oliver Shepard, nice run on the outside. That speed. He's not large in stature, but he's definitely got some speed to burn. Gets to the outside, no problem. Good-looking run there from number 5, who has touched the ball a ton already in this football game.
All the way to the Waterloo 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for Chatham-Kent. 1 minute to go in quarter number one. Back to the ground they go along the near side. Cuts inside the line. Gets to the 30 and not much further. And about, I'd say 2. I think Kmart got the assignment there for Chatham-Kent.
Yeah, Riley Kmart brings a little more size to that running back position. A little more thunder, if you will. And Shepard more the lightning, if you will, for that tandem in the backfield.
On this increasingly sunny afternoon here in Chatham-Kent on this Sunday. 25 seconds left in the opening quarter. Once again, they go to the ground and past the 30-yard line. Again, it's Kmart with the assignment. He gets a yard. And is there a flag after that play? Oh, maybe not. Oh, some bright footwear. Bright footwear. So 3rd down now and about 6 to go here for the Cougars. They have done well on 3rd down so far in this football game. This will be the last play of the first quarter and an 8-0 Chatham-Kent lead. On 3rd down, they will go to the air along the near side. Wide open for the reception and the touchdown, Caleb Roberts. 15-0 for the Cougars.
33-yard touchdown pass. Caleb Roberts wide open. Trots into the end zone. Nice pass there, too, by Sawyer Emmett. Easy catch for Caleb Roberts, and the Cougars 2 scores now in the first quarter. Nice way to end a quarter right there.
Absolutely. Looking great on offense. Math normally a pretty good thing for me. However, I'm a little bit previous. I guess it's 14-0 pending this extra point for the Cougars. They went for 2 last time they had the major score after lining up for the single point. Let's see what they do here. Lining up for the single. And right off the snap, before Reed Larson can get his boot on it, flag comes out. Is that a procedure against the Cougars?
And they're going to Waterloo. You could hear the coaching staff advising the officials that they'll take the penalty on the kickoff.
So Larson will try this kick again. Very high snap, and this will force the Cougars to try for the end zone, but no such luck this time around. Brought down was Oliver Shepard, and so it will remain a 14-0 lead for the Cougars as we're now officially done quarter number 1 here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex.
Well, a nice start there in the first quarter of this football game for the Cougars. 2 scores. And the defense for the Cougars not allowing any points so far. And also have an interception that they were able to capitalize on that touchdown pass and catch to Caleb Roberts.
Yeah, every facet of the game really playing flawlessly. Maybe a couple of hiccups with the special teams there, but it's still a 14-0 lead after the first quarter for the Cougars. So that alone should tell you it was a pretty good quarter for Chatham-Kent. So now the kickoff from the 40 after that 5-yard penalty against the Cougars a couple moments ago. Emmett on the kick for the Cougars. Line drive, bobbled, and still recovered on the second attempt at the 45-yard line for the Predators of Waterloo. And now it is blown dead on that return. Braden Barclay doesn't get very much on that return, but still pretty good field position for Waterloo to start off another drive offensively for them.
Good coverage there from C.J. Roberts. Actually trying to rip the football away on that tackle. That's good coaching right there. You can see on the football field, you got a chance to try to tear away at that football, cause a fumble. Go for it. Roberts unsuccessful, but still did a good job getting there and making the tackle or helping out on that tackle.
Start of the second quarter, 14-0 Cougars. This is now the third drive offensively for the Waterloo Predators. 1st and 10 from their 46. Low snap, it's still recovered. Now handed off to the running back along that far side, trying to turn the corner, and not a whole lot there for running back Gerald Alexander, who's had a fair number of touches here this afternoon. And actually, he's dropped maybe 3 yards on that loss, so a big stand there for the Cougar D.
A good job by the defense. It almost seems like this defense is getting stronger as this game is going on. They've done a fantastic job so far limiting Waterloo's offense.
Absolutely giving nothing to Alexander along that far side. 2nd and 13, a minute into the second quarter. 14-0 for Chatham-Kent. And this Peewee matchup. And once again, they will go to the ground right up the middle past the 45-yard line to about maybe close to the 48. We'll see where they spot that one, but a good, I'd say, 5-yard run up the middle.
Bring up a big third down here for Waterloo early going of this football game. I'm sure they'd like to keep the Cougars offense off the football field, having had 2 possessions and both of them going for scores at this point.
3rd down and 8. Waterloo out of the shotgun. High snap brought down. Now hand off to the running back. Cuts inside, trying to find 1st down yardage. He will and more up to the 50-yard line of Chatham-Kent. That's Emmett Gamble on the big run. And an easy 1st down for Waterloo. Moves the chains and brings the football to the Cougar 50-yard line.
Gamble, a nice bit of running there to get the edge of that line close to a hold, but no flag right on the end of that line for him to get that edge and then pick up the big yardage for the 1st down.
9:38 to go in the first half. 14-0 Cougars. And the Predators trying to eat into that lead a little bit. From the 50, the shotgun, a little slow handoff, but it still works for the running back who gets to the line of scrimmage. Now breaks another tackle. Big gain along that far sideline before finally being forced out past the 35. And a big run on the second effort for Waterloo will move the chains. A 1st down run will bring the football to the 30. 38-yard line, it looks like.
Jarrell Alexander able to avoid the tackle in the backfield. Would have been a loss there, but able to jump over the would-be hands of the tackler for the Cougars and then just uses that speed to run away.
Okay, that's them down there. Flags flying like crazy off the 1st and 10 snap. They go up the middle for a few yards. We'll see what the flags do with this football.
Came early in that play, and it's going to be, it looks like it's against the Cougars, maybe an offside there. I think it might have been an offside on that Cougars D, so a free 5 yards for the Waterloo Predators.
Football now the 33 of the Cougars. 1st and 5 for the Preds. Once again, they go to the ground right up the middle. Nowhere to go. Good job by the front line of the Cougars to bring down Gamble right at this line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard pickup, half a yard pickup. 2nd and a long 4 now, it appears, for Waterloo.
Looked like it was Carson Burney in on that tackle there. Right in the middle, as you mentioned, Mike. Pretty stout there up the middle for the Cougars. Not a lot of yardage so far in this football game for the Preds up the middle against the Cougars D. Most of that on the ground yardage coming off the edges.
Preds been knocking on the door the first 2 possessions, but they were stopped on a 4th down the first go-around, turning over the football, then the interception. Shovel off to that far side, running back past the 30-yard line. I believe it's still about 2 yards, well, maybe 1 yard shy of the first down, but short. Will bring up 3rd and about 1 now. And a big situation here for the Predators, trying to keep things moving as they're down by 14.
Good shoestring tackle there on that outside by the Cougars defense. Or else that might have been a big gain. Brings up a 3rd and very, very short.
This will be a big one for Waterloo. 3rd and short, trying to move the chains, down by 14 midway through this second quarter. And predictably up the middle they go. They'll keep it on the ground, and this will be enough to move the chains past the 25-yard line. And first down now for the Waterloo Region Predators. Up to about the 24.
It's a very well manufactured hat anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Lovely hat.
I salute the manufacturers of New Era or whatever it was.
After the timeout, 6:25 to go in the first half. Good half so far for the Cougars, trying to stop the Predators from coming down the field even more, as bit by bit here they come right up the middle once again. On that carry was 22 Emmett Gamble, as they've kind of been sharing the wealth a little bit between a couple of running backs. Gamble that time getting a couple of positive yards, actually maybe 5 on that carry.
Yeah, good pickup on first down from Gamble. As you mentioned, they got a few different options at the running back position. Gamble's been pretty effective, big number 22.
Under 6 to go in the second quarter. Flag comes flying out right off the handoff. Gamble again on the assignment. Goes off to that far side. And we'll see what the flag does here. 2nd and 4 play right there. And so on the run, the result is a first down. And I think that penalty was against the Cougars that was declined by the Preds.
Yeah, it was an offside call against the Cougars, and Waterloo declines it because they had enough yardage on the run to get that first down.
Up to the 11-yard line of the Cougars. This is as far as the Predators have had the football in this game. Knocking on the door, down 14-zip as they shovel it off to the running back, trying to turn the corner along that far side, but unsuccessful in doing so. Looks like Tristan Kowalski on that run. And good job by the Cougar D on 1st and 10.
Looked like it was Max McCracken, 22 for the Cougars with the tackle there on the outside. Good job by McCracken. Good solid tackle for just the short yardage pickup.
Sorry, Michael, about a half-yard pickup on that one. Ball resting on the 10 of the Cougars. 5 minutes and counting to go in the second quarter. Good eating up of the clock here on this drive for the Predators. As they go to the ground, they'll cut along to the near side. Some room to move over along this near side, cutting the corner, and a nice tackle by the Cougars. Cohen Gillette, maybe a touchdown-saving tackle there against the Predators, who had the assignment there. Once again was Gerald Alexander.
Yeah, good job by Gillette. Good speed, good angle to get to the corner there and bring Alexander down. As you mentioned, likely a touchdown-saving tackle, because Alexander, had he got the corner there, was probably going to go in untouched to the end zone.
And lots of flash on that run, but really they only picked up a couple of yards at the very most. And still 3rd down and a good 7 to go here for Waterloo. So another big play on both sides of the football here with 4:10 to play in the first half. Out of the shotgun again, they will elect to go on the ground right up the middle, trying to find some room. But again, a good job by the front line of the Cougars to stop the running game of Waterloo. And this will bring up a big 4th down once again.
Oh, great job by the defense for the Cougars there. They get some penetration on the outside, force Alexander to cut it back inside. And that looks to be the strength of the Cougars defense, right in the middle, right in the teeth. And the Cougars bring Alexander down. And this is a big, big 4th down, as you mentioned, Mike. Big enough that the Preds are going to use their second timeout on this drive.
3:44 to go in the second quarter. Both teams talking this one over. A big 4th down here for Waterloo and a 14-0 Cougar lead. Off the timeout, a big 4th down here for the Waterloo Region Predators. Down 14 to the Cougars. Ball on the Chatham-Kent 6. Here we go with the 4th down. They hand it off to the running back inside, trying to head to the end zone, and the Cougars stop them short.
Wow, great job by that defense. Surprisingly, Waterloo going up the middle, where I'd say they haven't had a ton of success, and that Cougars defense gets the job done. Bend but don't break. And the 3rd offensive possession for Waterloo ends the same as it did the first 2 with no points.
Second time the Cougar D stops Waterloo on 4th down to take over the football. However, they are pinned very, very deep in their own zone. So that's kind of the one saving grace if you're Waterloo.
And this is where the pressure is going to shift now to that Cougars offense to move the football with 3:34 and counting to go here in the first half, up 14-0. That Cougars offense going to want to flip the field position here. This is going to be big set of downs for the Cougars.
See if they pound this football. No, they won't go up the middle. They'll actually go to the air along the far side. It is caught by the Cougars. Nice reception, and then not even going down. Good job by McCracken, 22, the receiver, to catch that football in a bit of traffic. And he didn't even technically go down. The play had to get whistled after 3 Preds. Couldn't even bring McCracken down.
Yeah, they had a couple of receivers in that area for the Cougars. McCracken, as you mentioned, did a good job pulling it down in traffic for the pickup of about 5 or 6. And we've got the 3-minute warning whistle now, and Cougars lining up for 2nd down. Good pickup on 1st.
Bit of breathing room there for the Cougars. Clock winds up once again. As quarterback now will keep the football, see how the blockers do for the Cougars. Nice job getting over one would-be tackler, and maybe a little gain there. Good job by Emmett. He gets the ball, leaps over one defensive player there for Waterloo, and he turns maybe a scary situation into maybe a 1.5-yard gain.
Nice run by Emmett, but some nice blocking out front one of the reasons that Preds player was on the ground that he had to hurdle him was because of the block he had out in front of him. And Emmett looked like he was going to get to the corner, but good defense there from Waterloo to bring up this big third down.
Third and about 2 to go here for the Cougars. A little shovel pass now trying to cut up the middle. I don't know if that's enough to move the chains. It looks like it will be short as he's brought down at around the 10. So good job by the Predators defense to stymie the Cougars now on third down and short. This will bring up fourth and about 2. I think they got right back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
Yeah, good defense there from Waterloo with the big stop. And we'll see what the Cougars do here. We don't know what their punting game is like, but looks like they are lining up to punt this one away. Or no, they're going to go for it.
4th and 2. Nice gamble here for the Cougars. Can they get those 2 yards? Camart with the assignment. And it looks like they got enough to move the chains in a brash move on 4th down deep in their own zone. And a good job. Good call by the Cougars. And Camart does the rest. 1st and 10 for Chatham-Kent. They got enough.
Camart got it by about a yard there, but good tough running by number 83. Right on that right side, we're just off the edge. Uses that good size to get that first down.
Fresh set of downs here for the Cougars. Now a little late shovel pass along the near side, eluding one tackle but not getting much at all was Shepard. And that will bring up second down here with 1:40 to go in the first half.
Oh, a little option play there. Emmett with the snap, rolls to the outside, and Shepard takes the lateral, but not a lot of room. And good defense from Waterloo.
Second down, 14-yard line of the Cougars. And enjoying a 14-0 lead. They'll go to the air on second down, and it is intercepted. That one was in the air for a very long time. And right there is the D of the Waterloo Region Predators to pluck that out of the air. And the first interception, first turnover for the Cougars this afternoon.
Yeah, unfortunately, the ball just hangs up, and Waterloo comes up with the big pick. And that's big here with 1:34 to go in the first half. The Preds trailing the Cougars 14-0. Fantastic field position here on the turnover, just as the Cougars were looking like they were going to get out of trouble here to close out the second quarter.
1:34 remaining in this second quarter. We want to say hi to Original 2 Pizzas. Whatever your next meal is coming up here, whatever you're watching this, give Original 2 Pizzas a call, 355-0050. Great pies. St. Clair Street and Chatham, Original 2 Pizzas, proud supporter of the Cougars, who are now coming up on D here. And this is going to be a big defensive situation for the Cougars, and they do a good job on that play. Minimal gain, if any. Bringing up second down now for Waterloo.
Number 19, Tanner Perot-Therian, in with a couple other Cougars there to make that stop. As you mentioned, Mike, this is a big defensive stand here for Chatham-Kent, leading 14-0 in the closing minutes here of the first half.
Cougars will have the football to start the second half, but they still want to keep this shutout intact if at all possible. On the ground now for Waterloo, they find a seam along the near side. And third down now coming up for Waterloo. Minute 7 to go in this second quarter. We'll see how much they gained on that play.
Tackle there by the linebacker, Connor Graham, number 40. Along with a couple other Cougars.
Looks like they'll be maybe 2 yards shy of the first down here. And a timeout is being called. 1:07 to go in this first half. 14-0 Cougars. Preds knocking on the door after the interception.
Bring out the chain gang here. Take a measurement on second down.
Very close, but it looks like they are. Ooh, very close, but I'd say an inch and a half shy of that first down. So third down and very, very short coming up now for Waterloo.
Well, there's certainly enough time with 1:07 to go here in the first half for a run play up the middle to pick up that first down.
Third and very short here for Waterloo. The handoff comes along the near side. First down and more, heading towards the end zone. And touch.
No.
Oh, he's short of the goal line. That was close. Thought he might have got in. Nonetheless, a good run there for Emmett Gamble of Waterloo. Just couldn't get into the end zone. But it will be first and goal here for the Predators.
Boy, Cohen Gillette, the touchdown saving tackle. Just looks like maybe even inside the 1 yard line. Looked like he hit the ground, then bounced into the end zone.
.43 seconds left in the second quarter. Right on the doorstep is Waterloo. To the ground, right up the middle, trying to muscle their way in. That is a touchdown for Waterloo. They are on the scoreboard, down 14-6 now.
I believe that was number 22 with the touchdown, Emmett Gamble, who's carried a good share of the load and deservedly gets in for the score to make it 14-6. And pending the extra point here, Waterloo looking to bring it within a score.
Waterloo Predators taking advantage of the interception. As they methodically bring that football half length of the football field, get their first major score of the afternoon. 14-6, trying to tack on more here.
And looks like they're going for two here.
And trying to go the air, and they do. And oh, he had his man, but just off the fingertips of the receiver, falls to the turf. And a bit of a gift there for the Cougars. The 2-point convert, no good. It remains 14-6 for Chatham-Kent.
Boy, it looked like it was, I believe, number 2, Levi Lichty, who got free in the back of the end zone. But as you mentioned, just through the fingertips of the receiver. And the Cougars limit the damage to 6 there. 36.8 seconds to go. Still enough time to do some damage here if the Cougars get a decent return.
Pretty entertaining half of football here for both sides. Predators making it a game here with that major score. Cougars still in good shape, up by 8 points, 36.8 to go. And as Michael mentioned too, anything can happen. That's still a fairly big chunk of time before halftime. Overcast day here in Chatham-Kent. And a moderate breeze to go with it. Sanchez with the kick. A multi-hopper gets past the return man for the Cougars. Now picked up and a couple of yards on the return past the 40-yard line. And Jacob Pretty with the return. He gets past the 40 and a Cougars down. Is that Pretty?
I believe it is Jacob Pretty, who's still down after the tackle on that return. He's reaching for his back there when the pile rolled off of him.
Wasn't easy for Pretty to get taken down as he stood on his feet as long as he could there, and when he did go down, looks like some kind of Lower body injury maybe here for Pretty as he gets looked at right here.
The trainer out there taking a look at him. Of course, the rules state that each team has to have their own trainer, which I mean is I'd say pretty obvious standard for any sports teams. They do a great job with the players, making sure everybody is safe and healthy, and good to see Pretty back up on his feet and walking off under his own power. You can see he's still got his hand on his lower back there, but able to walk off.
Excellent news there for Pretty as he will head to the sidelines, and he's got the halftime break coming up to hopefully get back to where he needs to be. 27.3 seconds to go in the first half. And I didn't see the flag come out, but it is an offside against Chatham-Kent right off of that kickoff. So that'll back up the football a wee bit.
The officials there announcing that actually Waterloo is declining the penalties. So the Cougars will start at the point of where that return ended at the 42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, they hand it off up the middle, and now wrapped up at that last moment was Shepard. Looked like he had a good head of steam and might have had a bigger gain, but a nice tackle there that last moment for Waterloo.
Yeah, one of the defenders looked like got a hold of his jersey and was just able to swing him back, and then the rest of the tacklers come in to make the tackle. Now the Cougars taking a timeout.
Second and 8 off the timeout here for the Cougars. Almost halftime. Little slant play along the near side. Short pass picked up and past the 45-yard line to the 46. A gain of about 3 on that play. And now they're saying the knee went down to the 45, so that's where the third down will be from. About third down, and I'd say 6 to go here for the Cougars.
And another timeout for the Cougars. They want to talk this one over with just 16.8 seconds to go in the first half.
Third down. Quarterback scrambling off of that far side. It is hauled in. And nice turn around the corner, midfield and more into Waterloo territory. Still on his feet along that far side. Finally wrapped up Oliver Shepard, but a good chunk of yards after the catch there for the Cougars. Only 4 seconds left to go now.
Boy, Shepard's got some speed there. He's got some moves as well. One of the defenders just couldn't catch him on the angle. Shepard was able to get around the corner and weave his way down that far sideline with 4.1 seconds to go. And the Cougars in Waterloo territory, maybe a chance here to put some more points on the board if they can get into the end zone here.
This will be the last play of the first half, 14-6 for the Cougars. Ball at the 42-yard line of Waterloo.
You just got to be careful you don't turn the ball over here and don't give Waterloo a chance to score.
Sawyer Emmett trying to go to the air, but there's nowhere to go. Good job by the front line of Waterloo to sack the quarterback Emmett. And that will be the last play of the first half with the Cougars leading by 8, 14-6. A good half of football overall for Chatham-Kent.
Yeah, well-played football on both sides. Good battle on offense and defense. Both teams taking advantage of turnovers, both of them scoring majors off of interceptions. And we've got ourselves a close game here for the second half.
14-6 for the Cougars over the Waterloo Region Predators. Halftime here at the complex behind Chatham-Kent Secondary School. With Cougar football, we'll be back with the second half coming up on your TV. As we're ready for second half action here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex, Mike and Mike with you with your TV, and the Chatham-Kent Cougars Peewee squad with a lead coming out of halftime 14-6. And they will get the football to start quarter number 3, and a good healthy kick. Big kick. Line drive all the way back to around the 20-yard line. Cougars have to scamper back, collect the football, and they only get to around the 25, and a big hit on the return. Man, it looked like that was Oliver Shepard who had the return assignment.
Wow, that was fantastic coverage there. Great special teams from Waterloo. First of all, on the deep kick, then on the coverage, Oliver Shepard absolutely got whacked. And this is going to be challenging field position to start off here for the Cougars from their own 25.
And this is going backwards, too, here. Flag on that play, so the Cougars were guilty of a hold. And this brings it all the way back now to the 15, so a big chunk of real estate lost there for Chatham-Kent.
Wow, tough spot here for the Cougars to start this second half deep in their own territory.
They leave it on the ground on 1st and 10. Big run here for the Cougars. They'll get that yardage back, most of that yardage back anyway. And a good run right up the middle for Chatham-Kent, getting very close to the 25-yard line.
Looked like it was Jacob Pretty with that carry, number 14. Good to see Pretty out there here to start the second half. You remember the end of that first half, he walked off gingerly holding his lower back with the trainer. But Pretty back on the field and a nice carry on first down.
Ball on the very edge of the 25-yard line. Very short yardage to go here on second down for the Cougars, up by 8 as we start off this third quarter. Once again, they'll head it off Camart, and nowhere to go. Good job by the front line of the Predators, taking down Camart behind the line of scrimmage. So a big play defensively, and that'll drop the football back quite a bit.
Yeah, huge loss there of about 6 or 7 yards, and boy, oh boy, big 83 goes down in a heap and brings up a big 3rd and long here for the Cougars deep in their own territory.
90 seconds into this second half, 14-6 Cougars. And now a little bit more daunting of a situation now as opposed to where it was about a play ago. They go to the air on 3rd and 8. Nice catch along the near side, trying to get through a couple of defenders. And this will be a little short of the first down, but still a pretty impressive pickup. Thanks to Cohen Gillette. Nice job to use his size and speed up the middle.
Boy, that was close. If Gillette's able to break just one more tackle there, he gets the first down, but Waterloo's defense rises to the occasion there. Big 4th and about 2 for the Cougars, and they're lining up to go for it.
From the 24, close to the 24-yard line, up the middle. This will be first down and a lot more. Past the 30, down at around the 31-yard line. A good pickup of 7. That will move the chains. Another big 4th down call there for Chatham-Kent. It works, and a first down Cougars.
Jacob Pretty racking up the yards here to start off the second half. Good-looking run over that right side, making a couple of would-be tacklers miss, and a big first down for Chatham-Kent.
9 minutes to go in the third quarter. On first down, they roll off to that far side. It is incomplete, but the receiver picks it up. It is a live ball because the ball went backwards on the pass attempt. And how about that for working out for Chatham-Kent? It was picked up off the turf. And a lot of room to run along that far side. Oliver Shepard made a huge play, so that worked out quite nicely, even though it was a backward, not really an incomplete pass, but it hit the turf.
Yeah, no, exactly as you draw it up. Ask the receiver to roll out behind the line, behind the quarterback, have the quarterback throw it so that it hops just once, and then the receiver can pick it up, and then you run it to the outside, and you pick up enough yardage for a first down.
You see it in the NFL all the time.
all
It's
the time.
almost
Yeah.
a tired play now because it works so well. That's
The old,
football. That's sports.
Yeah, the old one hopper to the receiver on the backward pass, and then run it for a first down.
Kind of wonder why that isn't drawn up and used all the time. 8:28 to go in this third quarter. Play stopped. Officials having some kind of conversation close to the 45-yard line of the Cougars.
You wonder if they're just trying to make sure it was a backward pass, because again, if it's a backward pass, it's a live ball. Now, if that pass was forward, then it's an incomplete pass, and they got to march it back to where that fourth down was, and Waterloo would take over. So it looks like the officials are just huddling it up to make sure it was a backward pass. But again, we're just guessing here. We won't know until the officials actually let us know what it is they're talking about.
Didn't have the greatest viewpoint from here in the booth, but it certainly did look like it was going backwards.
It was the right call. It was a lateral. It was definitely a lateral. From here you can see it. But why would you move all the sticks there?
Now they're...
Wow, they're marching it back?
No, we're not. Again, we got to wait to hear what the call is. Not sure. We didn't see any flags on the field.
From our angle, it was a lateral, but I can't say incomplete.
No, that's the way that they've got the markers signed up, though, lined up, the chain gang. They've got the chain gang lined up that it's still Cougars football. That was a fourth down play.
No, they got the fourth down. They got the fourth down on the run.
Oh, it was first down. I apologize. Yep.
We'll let it go this time.
So the officials get together. They call that a forward pass, incomplete, and now a whole bunch of flags off the snap. So you think maybe this is procedure against the Cougars as they jumped a bit early. Again, no replay on the field here to look at that last lateral pass. That was ruled not a lateral. So in this one now on a procedure, backs the football up 5 yards for the Cougars. So they have a little bit of turbulence here in this third quarter. 8:23 to go.
Yeah, consecutive plays going against the Cougars here, putting the offense in a bit of a difficult position again. Second and long, deep in their own territory.
Second and about 15 to go here as they shovel it off to the running back who cuts the inside, now weaves his way on the outside, trying to get around everybody, and some nice speed. Lots of room near side. He might be off to the races now. Oliver Shepard down the field. The flag is out by the 48-yard line. Shepard goes in for the score, but I think this flag is going to bring the run back a significant amount.
Oh, looks like this one's going to come back. Oliver Shepard, unbelievable run. Looked like he was trapped in the backfield. Now that touchdown is coming back. The official with his foot on the 45-yard line of Waterloo.
So a bit of a punch to the gut there for the Cougars as that big run for the TD is called back. It will be 1st and 10, still a significant run. A fresh set of downs here for the Cougars, and now they're saying the football will be right at midfield. And hearing some coaching members of the Cougars saying that was not an illegal block at all. 1st and 10 regardless at midfield. Quarterback keeps it, trying to get around to the outside. And now 1st down and more along that far sideline. Shaking off another would-be tackle, finally hauled down at around the 25.
No, they fumbled at the end. They're saying
oh, no.
Sawyer Emmett lost the football on that beautiful run by the quarterback, and it's Waterloo that recovers.
Things going from unfortunate to bad to worse here for the Cougars in this third quarter. About 3 consecutive unfortunate situations with the football. And it leads to a turnover on that fumble. And let's see what the Predators can do here as they get extremely fortunate. They'll get the football at around the 24-yard line in their own side of the field. So what looked very promising there for the Cougars goes all wrong.
Boy, so unfortunate, too. It was such a well-executed play by the Cougars on the fake pitch. All ruined by that fumble at the end.
Defense goes to work here, and they do a great job. Nowhere to go for Gerald Alexander. He gets backed up quite a bit, so the Cougar D responds right away. That football backed up more than 5 yards, so about 2nd and 16 from this viewpoint. Now here for the Predators of the Waterloo region.
Good defense there from the Cougars. Eventually making the tackle there was Reed Larson, number 44, getting into the backfield, wrapping him up, but really good pressure along that defensive line. Nowhere for Alexander to go, and he's brought down for that big loss.
Under 6:40 to go in the third quarter. Cougars still up by 8, 14-6. And trying to keep up this pressure defensively is Chatham-Kent. Waterloo again goes to the ground, cuts to the inside, right up the middle, some yards, and some more here. They get around one tackle, trying to find some room along that far side. Still on his feet at midfield, brought down just inside Cougar territory, it looks like, right at midfield, though. And another big run for the Waterloo Predators, 1st and 10, as they again look to take advantage of a takeaway of the football.
Boy, Tay Hayden with that tackle looked like maybe a touchdown saving tackle. Tay Hayden, boy oh boy, if 82 hadn't chased him down, he might have gone to the house.
So now they spot the football at the 53 of Waterloo, so they didn't quite make midfield. But a fresh set of downs. And now some movement. I don't see any flags down, however. And the play of the result of the play getting close to the 50-yard line of the Cougars, so about a 5, maybe 5.5 yard pickup. But from here, looked like there's some early movement, and nobody caught it.
I was going to say the same thing. It looked like maybe even an offside there. But no flags, and a good pickup on first down for Waterloo.
5:25 and counting remaining in quarter number 3. From the Cougar 52. And off to the running back once again. A flag comes flying out down that far sideline. Big pickup for now, at least, for Gamble. Emmett Gamble once again with the big run. We'll see if this will stand or not.
You've got to figure that on that running play with the flags coming out, likely a hold against Waterloo, and that's what it is.
So now the pendulum swinging the other way in terms of penalties and breaks, favoring the Cougars a little bit here, backing this football up past the 50-yard line, back into Predator territory, the 49. Second, it appears to be about 14 to go here for Waterloo. On the second down, it's a running play right up the middle, a couple of yards at most. Good job again by the front unit of the Cougars to not prevent much more than a short gain on second and very long. So this is going to bring up third And about 10 to go here, so maybe about 3 or 4 picked up the middle there for Waterloo.
Yeah, good stop there, Carter Dodman on that tackle.
The Cougars need to, again, have a big defensive play here. Brett's taking the football away, leading to this drive offensively. 3rd down and a shade over 10 to go. Close to midfield. They will go to the air. Short little pass along that far side. And quickly wrapped up is the receiver. Good job of the defense of the Cougars. And 4th down and long coming up now for Waterloo.
Oh, good play there from the D. Looked like that might have been Tay Haddon with that tackle on the far side. And chance for this defense to get the ball back to that Cougars offense that was so dangerous on that last drive. Had the touchdown called back and then eventually fumbled the football for their 2nd turnover of this football game. You got to think that the Cougars offense is just chomping at the bit to get back on the football field and try to extend this lead.
Big play in the game here, midway through the 3rd quarter. 4th and 10 for Waterloo. Just on their side of the field, close to midfield. They'll go to the shotgun. Quarterback looking down the field. Up it goes, and it goes through everyone's hands. Falls incomplete. No flags. There's a turnover on down, so a big gamble there for Waterloo. And a good stand for the Cougars D. They will take the football over once again, up by 8 points.
Carter Dodman back in coverage there, number 47, along with a couple of other Cougars. Good job by that defense, giving up just the one big run play, but otherwise battening down the hatches and getting that ball back to the offense that was so effective that last series before the turnover.
2:38 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter. Cougars with the football once again. Up the middle they go to the 50-yard line and further to the 45. Nice second effort and a pickup of maybe 8 yards. And they didn't lose it again, did they?
Not sure what the...
Did they fumble it
They're
again?
going to say there was a fumble.
Oh,
Boy,
no.
We could not see that from here. Could not see that ball come out from Kamert. We saw, to be honest, I was amazed that he hadn't gone down on the first contact, and it was able to pick up an extra 3 or 4 yards at the end and did not see the football come out at the end. Of course, from our vantage point up in the booth, but that's unfortunate for the Cougars.
So that is a turnover again. 2nd straight fumble that they lose to Waterloo. And after almost everything goes well in the first half for these Peewee Cougars, everything is going wrong in this 3rd quarter. Not a good quarter of football for Chatham-Kent.
No, it's quite unfortunate. You remember they had the lateral pass that was called back after the officials huddled for a while and decided it wasn't an actual lateral. Then they had the big touchdown run by Jacob Purdy that was called back on a block from behind. And then they had a big run by Sawyer Emmett, but he fumbled when he was brought down at the end. And then now again another fumble for the Cougars.
So back on offense go the Predators of Waterloo. Missed tackle, and now on the second effort, the Cougars able to bring down Waterloo. That's going to be a loss of about a yard. So a 2nd down and 11 coming up here. I guess on the bright side, the Cougar D, after all of these errors offensively in the 3rd quarter, the defense has come to bail them out so far.
Yeah, you definitely have to give the Cougars defense a lot of credit here, especially here in the second half after 2 consecutive turnovers on consecutive possessions for that Cougars offense.
Minute and a half to go in the 3rd quarter. Out of the shotgun formation this time is Waterloo. Quarterback looking downfield, has some pressure, gets the pass away. Had his man. Isn't picked off by the Cougars.
A couple of players wrestling for it. I think it is Cougars football, and it is.
Yeah, nice interception. He had his man, but receiver bobbles the football and plucked out of the air by the Cougars. Not sure if that was Haddon or somebody else on the D who got it out of the air, but an INT for the Cougars. The turnover fest in this third quarter continues.
I think you're right. I think it might have been Haddon, and if it was Haddon, that's his second pick of this football game.
He is shaping up to be the defensive standout here for Chatham-Kent in this one. And nobody wants to take control of this third quarter, which only has 1:05 left to go in it. Still an 8-point lead for the Cougars. Again, this one's certainly a lateral pass for the Cougars, but it goes absolutely nowhere. Cougars backed up quite a ways as Shepard was swarmed by a number of Predator players there.
Boy, nowhere to go for Shepard. In a whole heap of trouble as soon as he caught that football. Waterloo's defense just swarming there, in a big, big loss of about 8 yards on first down.
So 2nd and 18 now for the Cougars, down to 30 seconds remaining in quarter three. 14-6 for Chatham-Kent. Out of the shotgun formation, they will keep it on the ground, trying to move to the 50-yard line and just past the 50 to around the 51. Good job, good effort there by Shepard. As he gets some of that yardage back, this will bring up third down and about 13. About a 5-yard pickup on that play.
And third and very, very long here. About 14 yards to go for a first down. If you could pick up at least half of that here, make it a manageable fourth down.
And this will be the last play of quarter number 3. And they fake the handoff to the running back. He keeps it along that far side, trying to get some positive yards past the 50-yard line. And I think he'd be lucky there if he got to the line of scrimmage. It'll be pretty close. But no pickup there for the Cougars. And this will bring up fourth and a long way, about 4th and 14 to start the fourth quarter.
And that was a good, solid effort there. One-on-one from the tackler for Waterloo to bring down Sawyer Emmett. And that was the play where you fake the pitch to the running back, and then you turn it around and run to the opposite side of the field there. Sawyer Emmett had such a big pickup when he fumbled right at the end of the run. That time, good defense from Waterloo. And they bring him down, like you said, right around the line of scrimmage, Mike, and brings up a big 4th and long here for the Cougars.
Now we've seen nothing but going for it on both sides of the football on fourth down this afternoon, and we'll see if that trend changes or not here from the 50-yard line. A 4th and long way to go, as they will try and get as many yards as they can here on fourth down to midfield, and about a 5-yard pickup is all they're going to get here on fourth down. So that's where the Predators of Waterloo will take over right at midfield, as we are now just barely underway in the fourth quarter.
Well, the pressure now shifts to that Cougars defense. Try and hold this lead. Again, it's a 1-score lead, 14-6. Good battle here today in the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex between these two Peewee squads.
Yeah, looked pretty offensive in the first part of this football game, certainly for Chatham-Kent, as they open up a 14-0 lead. Then before halftime, Waterloo gets on the scoreboard. And really, it's been a defensive game in this second half. Turnovers and good defensive stands off the turnovers for both squads. So still anybody's football game. 20 seconds into quarter number 4. Waterloo reaching with the football right at midfield. Going to work down by 8. Out of the gun, it's handed off to the running back along the near side. Gets around one tackle, round the near corner, 45-yard line. This will be a first down. Nice run by, again, Gerald Alexander, who's had a good afternoon. And a big run there on first down for the Predators.
Tay Haddon with the tackle there. But not before the first down was picked up. And Alexander's racking up some yards here today as well for Waterloo.
from the Cougar 44. On the ground once again. Near side, cut back towards the middle. Now right back outside once again. And once again, that one. Gerald Alexander gets the assignment once again. And on first down, he gets close to 7 yards, maybe 6 on that pickup.
Yeah, they're attacking that right side. The Cougars defense. Hayden Beamer, number 15, coming to make the tackle for the Cougars, but not before a good chunk of yardage for Waterloo on first down.
Once again gets interesting as Predators getting significant yards in Cougar territory. 2nd down and 4. Once again out of the shotgun, hand off to the running back as he cuts inside past the 35. This will be close to a first down. Looks like he got enough. This will be a first down for Waterloo and a 5-yard run. And again, the chains move.
Cougars had a shot at him in the backfield too, but just not able to bring down the ball carrier. And Waterloo starting to march that football.
9:20 to go in the 4th quarter. This one probably going right down to the wire here this afternoon. A close game. 1st and 10 for Waterloo. They keep it on the ground, evading one tackle. Into the pile past the 30-yard line, coming down at around the 29. And a good first down run, getting about half the yards that he needs. 2nd down and about 5 coming up now for Waterloo. As again, they're methodically bringing that football down the field right from midfield where they started.
Yeah, these Waterloo Predators starting to gain some confidence, you got to feel like, on the ground. Picking up good chunks of yardage. And that defense needs to come up with a big play here pretty soon, leading by just 1 score.
Once again, they hand it off right up the middle, trying to go to that left side a little bit, and not a whole lot of room. Drew Targaz that time with the carry for Waterloo.
Looked like it might have been Carson Burney with the tackle there.
3rd down and about 3 to go now. Another very important play for both sides here coming up. Cougars up by 8, 14-6. They hand it off. Running back gets it, and Cougars trying to bring him down, but a strong running back there trying to push his way forward. We'll see where they spot this football.
Boy, it was 21 with the carry, Drew Targos, and he must have carried some tacklers there for a couple, 3 yards.
Yeah. I think initially he could have been brought down for a loss, but he gets a little positive yards there. Still a couple of yards shy of the first down. So 4th down here for Waterloo. Football right at the 25-yard line. So again, we've seen a number of these 4th down situations. This one, very important for both sides. 4th down and 2 from the Cougar 25. Here we go. They hand it off right up the middle once again, trying to move the pile, and it looks like they will do that just fine. This will move the chains again. And this drive will continue for the Waterloo Region Predators.
Well, as you mentioned, Mike, they're just able to move the pile that time. Good push up front. A new set of downs, and you got to think that Cougars defense is got to be getting a little fatigued now with the amount of pounding that the Waterloo Predators have brought here, especially in this 4th quarter.
Just a touch over 6 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. Predators knocking on the door once again. They hand it off, and a big tackle flag comes out right away. Brought down Gerald Alexander.
Good-looking tackle by C.J. Roberts there in the backfield. And we, as you mentioned, we have a flag.
And it's going against Waterloo, so that's big for the Cougars there.
Very, very big.
So that's 10 on the hold. So that drops the football back a significant chunk here. So let's see if the Cougar defense can take advantage of this. Cougars up by 8, 6 minutes even to go in this fourth quarter.
And we have an injured player being tended to down there for Waterloo.
They wind the clock once again off that timeout. 14-6 for the Cougars. Big penalty, big holding penalty against the Predators there, and this one overthrown well over top of the head of the intended receiver. That was Jerry McCormick Lewis, number 91. Haven't really seen him very much in this football game, and that one was just flat overthrown.
Which is tough to do because, as we mentioned earlier, he looks like he's about 6'4" out there compared to the rest of the players. I mean, you see him stand in that huddle. He's clear a foot over the height of some of them. But, yeah, somehow overthrown over his outstretched hand and second and long.
Got to get to about the 9, maybe the 8-yard line for a first down.
Now
So
we've
second
got
and 20.
Oh, sorry, but there, Mike. We've
right.
got the officials huddling now. It was ruled an incomplete pass, and we didn't see any flags on the turf. Now we've got a flag on the turf after the huddle. So the Cougars are going to decline it. So instead of tacking on the yardage, they'll lose the down.
Now they keep it on the ground. Waterloo does along that far side, and minimal gain on the ground. Again, a good job by the front line of the Cougar D. And this will bring up third down after a couple of yards on the pickup. Looks like third down and 13 coming up.
Yeah, couple big set of downs here coming up for the Cougars defense. 4:40 and counting to go in this football game. The Cougars up 14-6.
Third and 14, the call here for Waterloo. Quarterback looking downfield, up the middle. He's got his man who gets around a tackle, heading to the end zone. It is a touchdown for Waterloo. Jerry McCormick Lewis rumbles into the end zone. A major score with 4 minutes to go.
Well, but a 23-yard touchdown pass and catch. And big 91 McCormick Lewis rumbles into the end zone. That time, that ball right on the money.
Now, can they get the 2-point conversion and tie this football game?
And they've got McCormick Lewis lined up way outside now as a receiver. Watch for big 91 again here.
There is a flag out right at the snap, and it is incomplete.
And that was intended for big 91. Falls incomplete, but we do have the flags down.
Get the call here from the officiating crew. So it is going to be against the Predators, to which it was declined by the Cougars. So An incomplete pass on the 2-point convert, so that is a big bullet dodge there by the Cougars. They're still up by 2.
Yeah, 14-12 now the score. Just shows how important those extra points are, whether it be for a single or 2. Got to be sharp in all facets of the game because they really can come back to cost you. The Cougars were fortunate on their first touchdown to get a 2-point convert.
After the initial 1-point convert just wasn't working out, they scrambled and they were able to get into the end zone for 2, and that is your difference in this football game right now at 14-12. Cougars get the football back with 4 minutes to go, and you kind of have to figure that the Cougars want to manage this clock just right.
And you've got to watch for the onside kick here from Waterloo if they decide to go with any kind of trickery or any kind of a directional kick.
Little squib kick, and does it go 10 yards? But it is recovered by Chatham-Kent, and it's recovered by the Cougars in Predator territory.
Good job there by Colin Gillette. Jump on it. Secure that football and give the Cougars here good field position. See if they can't run out this clock. Just over 4 minutes to go.
Right at the 52.5-yard line, or right between the 50 and midfield here, as the Cougars will take over. Trying to get a big home win here this afternoon in a hard-fought game against Waterloo. 14-12, Chatham-Kent with the slight lead. They hand it off to the running back. A little reverse action here, trying to find some room along the near side. No dice. And that little trickery by the Cougars does not work, and they lose a good chunk of yards there. A big loss on 1st and 10.
Oh, great job by the Waterloo defense, sniffing out a little bit of trickery from the Cougars, going for the reverse. Not fooled at all, and dropped the Cougars for a big loss.
Low snap, dug out of the turf, pass along the near side. It is caught and moving off to the right a little bit, evading a couple of tackles and somehow muscling his way up to the 50-yard line. That was a fairly good gain there on 2nd down up to the 50-yard line. So good job by the Cougars to make this a fairly manageable 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, nice job there by Caleb Roberts. Makes it a little more manageable for the Cougars. And there are the whistles for the 3-minute warning.
Big 3rd down here for the Cougars. Back at midfield, rolling to his left, and now finds someone downfield, and this is picked off by the Predators at the 36-yard line. No one around him, and the football goes right to number 13. That looked like that was picked off by Tristan Kowalski. And a huge INT with lots of time to go. 2:34 remaining in this 4th quarter.
That pass looked like it was intended for Oliver Shepard, but the defender able to step in front of number 5 and come up with that pick. Big interception there for Waterloo. And now the defense going to have to come up big for the Cougars.
Once again, they have had to come up large a number of times, bailing out some turnovers. Cougars hanging on by 2. 2:34 to go. It is Predator football. They'll hand it off to the running back. Cuts along the near side, has a seam past the 45-yard line. Only about 2 yards shy of the first down, an 8-yard pickup for the Preds.
Good hard running there from Gamble. He's a load to bring down, runs hard.
Ball being spotted at about the Waterloo 47-yard line, looks like.
They wind the clock again, 2:25 to go. A huge interception for Waterloo. Gives them the football close to midfield. And only down by a couple. Second and 2. They go to the air. Quarterback trying to find somebody. Huge defensive stop there. A quarterback sack by the Cougars. They bring him down. Nowhere for Paulington to go there. And that is a huge defensive play for the Cougars with now 2:03 to go.
Great pressure there from Jacob Pretty and Reed Larson meeting at the quarterback. Brings him down for the big loss. And that's one of those big defensive stops that you need right there. That's a big play from the defense. You need a couple more of those here with under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Predators rushing back to the line here. 1:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, they go to the ground, up the middle, and enough now for the first down. A good second effort past the 50-yard line, and a big run for Gamble. That will give the team a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10, with 1:38 to go, and a timeout now being taken. The clock stops for the Predators, so they have a world of time left, and just a shade over half a football field.
Yeah, Cohen Gillette comes up with the tackle there. Gamble running through a couple arm tackles. He is a load to bring down. Good size, and number 22. And as a would-be tackler, he'll make you pay.
Off the timeout, ball will be at the 52-yard line of Waterloo. 1:38 to go in the fourth quarter. Right to the wire with this one here this afternoon. Peewee football action. Quarterback rolls off slightly to his left. He's got the big man number 91 with the reception, but not much there for Jerry McCormick Lewis. A minimal gain at best for Waterloo. And a good uprising there by the Cougar D.
A good swarming tackle to bring down big 91, and that's exactly what you need to bring down big player like him. Jerry McCormick Lewis, just short yardage gain, as you mentioned.
Gains about 1.5 yards there. Out of the shotgun, quarterback down the field, throws it up and almost intercepted out of the fingertips of Tez Haddon. And man, oh man, he has been great defensively all game. And if he was able to hang on to that one, that would have been the cherry on top of his effort this afternoon defensively.
And had he made that reception, it would have been his third pick in this football game. Great positioning there by Haddon, just couldn't squeeze it.
1:12 to go. Another timeout is coming up, this one against Chatham-Kent. So they'll have a chance to chat about this.
Yeah, they were making a late substitution there and didn't want to take a flag, so they wisely used the timeout.
Timeouts aplenty here late in this fourth quarter. 1:12 to go. 3rd and 8 for Waterloo. The Cougars up by 2, 14-12. They shoveled it off to the running back, and initially nowhere to go on the second effort. Maybe 2 on the gain. Up to midfield, but still for the Cougar D, a good job. 6 yards shy, maybe even 7 yards shy of the first down. And this will be the game right here, you would figure. 4th and 7. Here's the play for the Predators of Waterloo.
Yeah, big fourth down. None bigger than this one, no doubt, Mike, as the wind starts to pick up here. If the Waterloo Predators have any thoughts of putting this ball in the air, that wind is swirling down on the football field. Looks like it's blowing almost directly right into their face right now.
And less than a minute to go in this fourth quarter, too. Fourth down for Waterloo, down by 2. They go with the lateral, wrapped up by the Cougars. Brought down by 44, Reed Larson. It is a turnover on downs. That is massive. The football goes back to the Cougars with 46 seconds left.
Great penetration from Reed Larson. Read that one all the way. Right there as the football got there. Good sure tackle, and the Cougars get this football back up by 2 with 46 seconds to go.
Well, what do we say? This goes right down to the final minute of the football game, and still this game is not over yet. We've seen almost everything here in this one, so we can't declare anything just yet. But it looks a lot better now for the Cougars if they can just hang on to this football. And now a series of knees to be taken by the Cougars. But it has been quite a game we've seen here this afternoon. A big lead, an early lead, 14-0 edge early for the Cougars. Touchdown for Waterloo right before halftime. And another one here in this second half, but looks like the effort for the Predators will come up just short.
What a battle between these two clubs here today at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. You had the feeling that it might come down to just who had the ball last in this one, and it was the Cougars defense that came up with the big plays down the stretch there to keep Waterloo from scoring and holding on to this lead and giving the Cougars this home victory.
Yeah, the defense really is the shining crown on this one for the Cougars. Their offense looking pretty good in the opening half with those 2 touchdowns. It just wasn't able to sustain itself through the second half, but with all of the offensive sputters and the turnover problems the Cougars had, largely in the third quarter, it's the defense that bails them out and leads the Cougars to a 14-12 win with Peewee football this afternoon.
Oh, fantastic job by that Cougars defense. The offense did just enough. As you mentioned, Mike, they had some turnover troubles in the third quarter that really cost them. They had a touchdown called back on them on a penalty. Had some troubles holding on to the football, but in the end, it's the defense that shines, giving them that 2-point margin for the victory, 14-12 over the visiting Waterloo Predators.
Big win, the first win for the Peewee squad, a 2-point edge over Waterloo this afternoon. We want to thank our sponsors very much for making Cougar coverage on your TV a possibility. Thanks very much to Original 2 Pizzas, a big supporter of the Cougars. St. Clair Street in Chatham, 355-0050 with Original 2 Pizzas. Also, we want to thank the folks with EnviroClean Car and Dog Wash, Jim and Dee Merkus. 2 locations in Chatham to serve you, Grant Avenue East and Park Avenue East. Also, Formosa's Pro Shop for all your bowling needs, 100 Kyle Drive South in Chatham. I can bowl a mean 36 on a good day. Thanks to Formosa's, making me look good. Formosa's Pro Shop, 100 Kyle Drive South in Chatham. Also, we want to thank Campbell Toyota, Swain Brothers, Kona Ice on Borrowman Drive, Peach Physiotherapy, MP Roofing and Siding, Stanley Insurance, Evans Wholesale, also on Borrowman Drive, Covada's Pizza, and what you're watching right now, Your TV and Coach Cohen. We also can't forget 8 Count Cheer Academy. Make sure you check them out as well. All-Star Cheerleading. On behalf of our good friend Jeff Brooks on the camera, as always, my good friend Mike James to my left. My name is Mike Renier. A big Peewee win, the first of the campaign this afternoon, 14-12 over Waterloo with Chatham-Kent Cougar football on your TV.